go, here's another couple of guys with a podcast. Let's see how it is.
Here we are doing it live on the pub, which we've had some good nights at, on a rooftop. Yeah, it was quite quiet about 2 minutes ago.
It's very quiet.
I'm so surprised they took that table as opposed to the one over, but there we go.
That's how it rolls, right?
Well, it'll be interesting anyway. You will certainly get a taste of what it's like to be out drinking on a Friday night in Daimyo, Fukuoka.
That could be the one, right?
Could be.
Cheers, buddy. Well,
Cheers,
here's
mate.
to,
Cheers.
One of a few beers left
Yes.
together. I don't
Yes.
know. Is there going to be another round? I'm not sure.
Well, as much as I've been getting a lot of shit about how many fucking leaving dues are you having and stuff, which honestly I have only had one official one.
Right.
But yes, I probably will have the final couple of beers next weekend.
It's like the quarterfinal, the semifinal.
I know.
It's the grand championship of going away parties.
Well, dare I say, having been here as long as I have, and I think done pretty well here, that I can't just have one, can I? You know?
No, of course not.
So,
You gotta have more than one.
yeah.
Multiply a million times over.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
So, a little update, just because I think it is of interest. You know, a lot of people ask, how are you doing all of this and stuff? But I think it's a really worthwhile thing. I think, you know, a lot of people see the benefit of it. But yeah, I want to be honest. You know, I am fortunate, as you know, like I don't have to give up my apartment here, and obviously my work situation isn't like I'm leaving my job as really. But even with all of those great benefits I've had, yeah, there's been some pretty big spanners thrown in the works, and the huge thing is we are no longer going to London. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how much the listeners know, but the whole idea of going to London was that I had a friend's apartment, and that just made so much sense, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's worked out not to be possible for various reasons. So the way I work is, okay, well, what am I going to do? I've got to move forward, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to rent an apartment. Like that's something you can do, right? You can rent an apartment. So I started to look into that, and then it turns out that because I don't have an income in the UK, they don't care at all whether I'm earning money abroad. It's all about whether they can see a UK income going into my bank account and stuff like that.
Sure. That makes sense.
So luckily, because we have worked very hard the last few years and put some money away, we are able with, you know, it's a bit risky. We are using some savings, which you're not really supposed to do, right? But yeah, we are in a position where we can pay for a year up front,
Okay. Yep.
which is a bit scary.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of money.
But it locks you in to
It
that.
does, and the way I see it is, it's money that I would spend anyway.
Sure.
I'm just spending it earlier than I expected to.
Yeah.
But what makes it a bit more scary is I better be bloody right about this apartment, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, I guess I would be locked into a contract anyway, but maybe I would have a bit more like, look, this isn't working out. I am just not paying next month's rent. You can chase me and whatever, and we'll have some. But if that guy's got a year's rent, he'll be like, screw you, buddy. Like, I don't, like the tap's not working. Like, I don't care. I just invested your year's rent in something else. Screw you. I don't know. Maybe it's psychological or something, but it just made the pressure a lot more.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like when you're getting an apartment, not for free, but like a friend's deal and stuff, you're like,
Sure.
who am I to complain? Like, we'll work with anything. And actually the place we were going to was great. But now that I'm paying for it, like, I kind of got some expectations. Like, hey, I'm giving you quite a bit of money here. I want a nice place. And I've just really realised, which everybody told me before, and I know I'm a bit slow on this, but what you can get for your money in London,
Not much.
it's not fun, man. Like, you know, and I went back to my thing, like, what am I trying to do here? Like, give the kids not a perfect experience, but a good experience of living in the UK. Like,
An opportunity, right?
Some grotty 2-bed flat above a shop where like me and have to share, or me and my son have to share. I'm like, I'm just going about this all wrong. So real soul searching last week, and talking to some really good friends, and they just kept coming back to the same. Like, I'm talking to, you know, friends that are not from the UK, American or Swedish or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really know what. I mean, they know the names, right? They know London, and they know that my parents are near Brighton, and I've got a brother in Manchester, but it doesn't. They don't really know what that means.
Sure.
So what they just kept taking me back to is like, where's your support base? Like, why are you not just going to your parents? I'm like, yeah, I know, but where my parents live, it's beautiful and it's lovely. I would love to be there, but I'm just not sure that will give the kids this kind of, what's it called, like a cosmopolitan diversity kind of experience.
Yeah.
And also, it's a very nice part of the UK, so that's also pretty expensive.
Right.
So then I started to think about the third option, which is Manchester, and I've got my brother up there, and I just started to, you know, I'm already on the websites looking for London, and the way it works probably everywhere now is it's not like you look at this real estate agent on this one. There's one website which basically all of the real estate agents put their stuff on. So you can be pretty confident you're seeing everything within that area. So I'm like, well, let's just see what I could get for the same money from London in Brighton. It's maybe a little bit nicer, like by the sea or something like that, but not that much bigger. I typed that budget into Manchester. Whoa, big difference.
Really?
Like, grotty 2-bedroom place. I mean, not grotty. I did see some nice places, I'll be honest. Basically, London came down to nice apartment, but not the best area, or nice area, but not the best apartment. Couldn't find both. Not for the money. Whereas in Manchester, suddenly it's like, we can have a house with 3 bedrooms and a garden. So it's like, and I've got my brother there, and this is the dumbest thing that I can't believe I didn't think this. I've got a really, really good friend from university. She's about 35 minutes away. Her partner's son goes to the same school as my brother's daughter, my niece. He's a year above my oldest. So it's just, I mean, we were considering going to her school just for the last 2 weeks of the year as a bit of an experience. But now it's just like, why not just do everything there?
Yeah.
Because they're going to have this friend in the year above, and that's the top year, so no one's messing with him if they have any problems. They've got their cousin the year below. I've got my brother there for support. My brother's a musician, so works nights, so he's available in the daytime if I end up working in the daytime. I've got this other friend close by. Obviously, my parents already visit to see him, so for them, they're like, oh, we can see 3 of our grandchildren. And not that this is a huge thing about it, but kind of fun for me to live in a new city, and it's a cool city.
Hell yeah.
So, as I've said a few times, especially in that video that you did for me, which was great, by the way, I love it. When you make a new plan, you forget the old one and you realise the benefits of the new one. And I'm just really seeing the benefits now. And I don't know if it's coming across, but I feel lighter. Like, I just feel a lot of the stress is gone. I mean, yeah, of course, maybe I would earn more in London, of course, but there's no guarantee of that. So yeah, this is...
Sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Having your brother there and that support system and same age kids, you know, related. I mean, what's not to win and to love about that situation?
I mean, this is where I always feel a little bit self-conscious because it's clearly was the best idea from the beginning. And I just don't know why it took me so much to get through to it. Like, my brother's, you know, I've got 2 brothers, and the brother that lives in Manchester is very calm and very central. But he said a couple of times, like, I know it's selfish, but why don't you just come to Manchester? I'm like, yeah, I know, but no, it's got to be London, it's got to be London. So when I called him in the week and I said, I've got good news, bad news. Bad news is it's not going to work out with this apartment. Good news is we're moving to Manchester. He's like, don't joke with me. This isn't a joke. And I'm like, no, it's serious. And he's obviously delighted. And it just makes so much sense.
Where is Ed located?
He's more in Brighton.
Okay.
Not to say that I wouldn't have support for him, but he hasn't, he's not a dad yet. So still, as we know,
He's not a dad yet. Remember that.
no, it's just different, right? He's, as he should be, enjoying the life before you are a dad. So he would love to help me and support me and hang out with the kids as much as he can, but he's a busy boy. He's doing a lot of stuff, which he should be doing, because as we know, once those kids come along, you've got to slow things down. Whereas my brother's very much in the vein I am, right? He's getting up early, so if I am like, look, mate, could you do the school run for me on this day? He would be there and stuff. So it's just practicalities,
So why or how did it take you so long to come to that decision? What was it? You were just stuck so much on the idea of London, and it's cosmopolitan, it's big, and there's so much going on.
I mean, I think it was familiarity. Like, I did 7 years in London. I felt like that's where my contacts are. That's where I'm going to find work. I'm kind of close to my parents, but not too close, not too close, but accessible, but in a vibrant city, as opposed to like a sleepy village.
Brighton is what, south of London on the coast there?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's only an hour. It's an hour.
Manchester is north of London.
Yeah, it's about a 2-hour train ride, 4-hour drive. Well, 3-hour drive depends. I mean, in Canada, US style, it's like, what are you moaning about? You can do it. But for us, Manchester feels a bit like, ooh, up there. But it's really not. It's really not.
Home of the Beatles, right? Or is
that's
that
Liverpool.
Right,
That's Liverpool. But Manchester and Liverpool are like 30 minutes apart. But Manchester's obviously famous for the football, and a bit later than the Beatles, it had like this whole Manchester scene. So you got bands like Stone Roses, Happy Mondays. They're great. It's a vibrant city.
I've been there.
There we go. Well, hopefully you will again.
Now I want to. Why the hell not? Right?
Was that on that last trip?
That was many trips ago. That was during the tattoo convention days.
Oh, wow.
We went there 2 or 3 times, actually.
Really?
Yeah, once a year for the convention there.
Oh, wow.
We had
I always had I guess in my mind you did that once. I didn't realise it was every year.
We went to Manchester, I want to say 3 times, but definitely 2.
Okay.
We went to Barcelona, to what's that? Not Amsterdam, but the one right beside it. Big city. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know.
Berlin, we were there. Stockholm, we went 3 times.
Wow. And over what's the kind of time period? How
About from 2010 to 2000, right up to actually after I moved to Japan in 2012, I was still going maybe up to 2013, maybe.
So before that, you were going from Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, so this tattooist is based in Canada?
No, he's based in Osaka.
Oh.
So they would fly some Osaka, meet in Amsterdam. I'd fly some Vancouver, meet in Amsterdam, and then we'd, go out.
And you made the contact with him in Osaka?
Yeah.
Okay.
撮ってあげましょうか。撮りましょうか。横でもいいですか。素晴らしい。素晴らしい。はい。
Sorry for the interruption. We're just.
じゃあ何回も撮ろうか。
ありがとうございます。
何回でも大丈夫。まあね。ごめんね。Oh, you're taking a picture. You guys, want me to take a picture? Are you taking a picture? Alright, okay. Sure. もう結構ブレてるけど、まあどうしようもないです。乾杯、はい、チュース。おめでとうございます。今日は何の集まりですか？ はい、フレンズ。フレンズ、合コンなんてでも、女性ばかりでちょっと。Anyway,
So that's what happens on a
That's
night
what
out
happens,
in
yeah.
Fukuoka. Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess where what I think I would hope to share to you, although I think you already know all this, but definitely to the group, is it never fucking goes the way you think it's going to go.
yeah.
It never does. And there have been times, I mean, even some close friends, even family have been, maybe just do it next year. You know, and I get it. It makes a lot of sense, like, oh, this isn't the right time, and blah, blah, blah. But the thing that I keep going back to is the priority is that the kids' ages, which I cannot change. Like, maybe I'm going to have to make a bit more money, I can do that. Maybe I'm going to have to change where we're going, I can do that. I can't rewind their age. Like, they are the age they are right now. That's the one thing.
One chance, right?
Well, one chance for them
at
to
that
do it at
time.
this time.
Yeah.
And you know, it has been a bit of a thing. Like, I have met some friends that maybe I don't see that often, and they're a bit like, I don't know, not so up to date on what's going on, and they're curious. You know? So tell me what you're doing, man. Like, are you going back for good? What's going on? And I tell them, and they're like, oh man, like, I should have done that with my kids, but I missed that chance.
Yeah.
They're in junior high school now, they're in clubs, they're doing this. So I'm not saying exactly this, I'm not saying everyone, all dads in Japan should do this with their kids. I'm not saying that. It might be a different thing you want to do with your kid. I don't know what. But, I mean, like I met a guy the other night. I've invited him to the club a couple of times, but he's just not someone who wants to do it. But he was saying his daughter was just doing this dance class and so shy and didn't ever do Happy-Yokai. But she was really good at dancing, so they pushed her a little bit and said, look, you should do this performance. And she did one, did it amazingly, and now she's doing it all the time. Like, they're doing it in front of her at a station, 1,000 people watching. And I was like, yeah, sometimes someone has to be a bit of a push. Like, there's going to be a bit of resistance, and it's so easy to go, oh, it doesn't seem easy. Maybe I should read into this. Maybe this isn't the right thing. But, and I don't know. Maybe I'm going to be back here in a month and go, I was completely fucking wrong. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe. But
You're the captain of the ship, damn it. Everybody come on. We're
I
going this
am.
way.
You know, and sometimes there's going to be some ice in front of that ship, and you got to break through that ice. But yeah, I want this to be a slightly rallying call to. If there's something that you feel deep inside you that you think is a good thing to do,
Yes.
just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because if you're wrong, okay. But what a shame not to go forward with something because it was a bit difficult. Like, you know, we live in Japan where everything is kind of easy and smooth, and we're in this blessed position where we don't even have to do the like difficult Japanese stuff because we're foreigners. But that's okay. That's a lovely life to lead. But life shouldn't always be like that. So shake it up a little bit.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the perfect situation, right? As much as you want it to be, it's probably not going to be, right? So it's nice to aim for that, but I guess the challenge comes when you're faced with a challenge and you're like, what the fuck do I do? You know, like, am I gonna grovel about it and fucking put my head down, or I'm just gonna like press forward with it, even though it's not comfortable and you know it might not be the right choice. Just fucking keep walking.
Yeah.
Keep going for it.
I mean, that moment where whatever you do, whether you do some long distance cycling or you like to go in the sauna, and you know that weird moment where it's painful, but you're kind of loving it, right? Like, as much shit has gone on the last couple of months where it's like, oh fuck, that's not going to work out, or that's not, oh my god, I got to do that, oh my god, and a lot of it being a bit self-conscious and dumb, like why didn't I think about that? And then you talk to people like, you didn't get that organised. I'm like, I know, but this is reality. This is where I am now.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know whether it's some sadist pleasure, but it's like, the tougher it gets, the more I'm like determined to fucking make it happen. And you know, as everyone says, it's all about the journey rather than the destination. So I'm sure there'll be some interesting challenges when we get to the UK. But I know already that I value this experience. I'm not saying that I've just been through bloody war or anything like that. I'm not making that bit. But just shake it up sometimes and don't. Yeah, exactly. And it won't go the way you think it will. And you may have to make changes, and you may get some shit from people. Oh, you're still here. What are you doing? But that's okay. That's okay, because there's a lot of people out there that are not even trying anything. So.
It's all the hard stuff comes with that hand in hand is growth, right?
There we go.
That's what it is. You gotta get uncomfortable to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Somebody said that.
Yeah. But one thing I've really valued is what a support network I have here. Like, so many people are rooting for me and giving me great advice. And like one guy, he's not a dad, but he gets it and stuff, and he's just. Life shouldn't be so comfortable, man. Like, you need a bit of pain, you need a bit of discomfort. And I spoke to him later, like, man, that advice was so helpful. I felt I was just completely bullshitting that. Like, I was so worried about it. I'm like, no, you were really speaking the sense, man.
No, I mean, we're very thankful for all the people that come across us and share with us their experiences and challenges, how they got through that, because everybody's got some stuff that they have to deal with, and just in different ways, different pain points, and so I don't know, I think we're definitely learning. We've learned these past few years from a lot of different people, right?
I mean, I'm bitching about moving to my home country with my own children, and we know, we had a guest who's sailing around South America, and then, another guy who came to Japan to study Japanese and ended up having a kid and being like, it's like everyone's got something going on, so
nothing ever goes the way you plan it to,
and that maybe is better. I mean, the world's not a simple place, so get used to it. A little choppy waters, maybe.
I think great advice. And I really want to hear, and we're going to hear more as you go along, because it's like I just said, we learn from each other, and I think you're going to come back with a lot of newfound insights, and I think probably a newfound appreciation for here as well, and back there as well, and you probably see it in a way you never saw it before with your kids.
I mean,
it's exciting.
It is, and it won't just be when I get back. We'll do some, online stuff so we can update. But this is a really nice way to slightly wrap up this chapter of doing the podcast. I hope you guys can hear some of this, because it's pretty bloody noisy, but there we go. That will give you a taste. But Joel, thank you, my friend. And see, or you will hear and see us on the screen next time.
Probably.
All right. Thanks, guys.